Hello, trumpets, and welcome to song number 58, Hard Rock Blues. This is the last song you need to play to earn your orange belt in band. So, at any point in these videos, trumpets, I know it said at the end of the last one, but I'm going to try to make sure to say it more towards the beginning. At any point during this video, feel free to pause the video. So if you hear me play something and you want to try to repeat it after me like we were in class, you can do that. Just pause the video after I play something and try to play what I just played. You can rewind the video to watch me and hear me reteach something, or you can even try to line it up so you can play along with me. So at any point in the trumpets, in this video, trumpets, feel free just to pause it, rewind it, or do whatever you need to do to feel the most comfortable to play these songs. So for Hard Rock Blues, the first thing I'm going to do is adjust my tempo, adjust my speed. I don't want to go 102. I'm probably just going to go 70 again. 70 is going to be a really comfortable tempo to have for most of our songs throughout our lesson book here. Some of them will play faster, and there might be one or two that we might even play slower than that. But 70 is a really comfortable tempo to learn these songs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the first two measures, and you're going to see why in just a little bit. So let's look at our rhythm. I see tas and I see a TT in our first two measures. I also see rests. I see a single rest, which we know is worth one beat. And this rest here, where it's that box pointing up, that's sitting on the line that's pointing up, like a top hat we were learning in band, that is called a half rest. And just like a half note, a half rest is worth how many beats? 2 beats. So if we go back to the beginning, and we're going to read the rhythm only, just the rhythm of the first two measures of song number 58. Here we go. Let's read the rhythm together. Read with me. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Rest, rest, rest. And then one last thing is, how many total beats of rest do we need to count here? Well, we know the single rest is worth 1, and we know that a half rest is worth 2 beats. So how many total beats? 1 plus 2 equals 3 beats of rest. Now that we know the rhythm and how to count these rests, let's go over notes. I see a D for our first ta, first and third finger down. I see another D for our second ta, first and third finger down. Our TT is F, then D, and then our last ta is a C, and then finally our next ta before our rests is another D, right? So we have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. We're just doing fingers only. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Let's play those first two measures. Rest, rest, rest. Awesome. First two measures of the song for our orange belt test. I'm feeling really confident about that. That wasn't too hard. I can play those notes. I can play those rhythms. Let's keep going. Now, before we read rhythms or go over notes, I'm just going to look at the next two measures right here, measure 3 and measure 4. I'm going to compare them to the first two measures of the song over here. And I'm comparing the rhythm, which I see as ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. So the rhythm is the exact same thing as the beginning of the song. And I'm looking at where the notes are. And yeah, the notes are also exactly the same. We have 2 Ds. Our TT is F, D, then a C, and then a D. So I already know how to play measures 3 and 4 because they're the exact same thing as the first two measures. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to play the first 4 measures of the song. It's the same thing twice. Ready, go. Rest, ready, go. Rest, rest, rest. And I'm only 2 measures away from playing the first line of my song. So I'm going to keep going and looking ahead. I'm looking at rhythms. Well, I see ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. All right, let's read that with smart music. Read with me. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Rest, rest, rest. And once again, we have 3 beats of rest here because this single rest is worth 1 beat, and our half rest is worth 2 beats. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. Our rhythm for these 2 measures is the exact same thing as the rhythm of the first 4 measures. So the rhythm for the whole first line is the exact same rhythm 3 separate times. This time, however, our notes are in a different spot because I'm comparing them. These 2 tas are on the second line, while these 2 tas are below the first line. And then the TT is in the same spot as the other TT, so that's fine. But then our last 2 tas are in different spots. So some of the notes here are different. So let's go over the notes. Well, our first ta is a G. Our second ta is a G. Our TT is still F, then D. And then our next ta is an F. And then our final ta of the first line is a G. So now let's play these 2 measures. We're going to need a small hole and fast air to get these G's and F's out. Ready, go. Rest, rest, rest. And all right, trumpets, I'm feeling really good about the whole first line. It's pretty much the same thing 3 times. It's just that the third time, some of the notes are different. So now let's play the whole first line of the song. Rest, ready, go. Rest, up to G, go. Rest, rest, rest. Fantastic. That's the whole first line of the Orange Belt Test song. Let's keep going. The next thing we need to do is go down to the second line of the song. I'm going to look at just kind of the first measure plus 1 ta. So in our first measure, I'm going to read the rhythm. I see ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. I know that rhythm. I've just played that rhythm 3 times. What are our notes? I'm going to compare these notes to the notes above in the first line. I have seen these notes before. They're the exact same thing as what's directly above them. It's D, D, our TT is F, then D, and then a C plus another D. So let's just play this measure plus 1 ta really quick. Ready, go. Well, simple. Okay, I already have a nice head start on the second line of the song. I already know how to play the beginning part of the second line. So we're going to start now in this measure here, which would be measure number 8, because this measure here is 7, so this one's going to be measure number 8. Our first note we know is a D, that's a ta. Then we have a rest, and then a rest. Our next rhythm is a TT, and then we have 3 tas, and then a single rest. So the next 2 measures, actually let's go 3 measures. We're going to go 1, 2, and 1 more measure for a third measure where I see 3 tas and a single rest. So let's just read our rhythm using tas and a TT. Read with me. Ta, rest, rest. TT, ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. All right. Let's go over notes. We know this one's a D. Our TT is F, then G. These 3 tas are the same spot, so they're the same note, and they are all A. Now, is it high A or is it low A? Well, we remember from the last song that low A was way below the lines and spaces, and this A is in a different spot. This is up in the second space, so therefore it's high A. So we have 3 high A's, and then a rest, and then our next 3 tas are the same note, which are 3 G's, and a rest. So let's play these 3 measures. Ready, go. Rest, rest. 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 And then I'm looking at the last 2 measures of the song. And hint, trumpets, we have seen these notes and this rhythm before. Think about it and compare it to other parts of the song. And yes, you're exactly right. These are the same notes and the same rhythm as right here in the beginning, and then measures 3 and 4. And then, of course, the beginning of line number 2, measures 7 and 8. We've already played the ending before. So now, actually, let's go back, challenge ourselves a little bit, and we're going to just try to play the whole second line of the song. Here we go. Ready, go. Breath. Breath. Rest, rest, rest. And then, of course, we see a repeat sign at the end of the song, trumpets. And, of course, you remember that a repeat sign means to go back and play the song again, which we will do. We're going to need to play this song a total of 2 times to earn our orange belt because of the repeat sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh my page to make sure Smart Music does the repeat sign correctly. I'm going to make sure my tempo after I refresh my page is back down to 70. Now I'm going to play the song from the beginning 2 total times. Here we go, trumpets. 2, ready, go. Breath, do that again. Up to G, small hold fast, air. Back to D, second line. Ready, go. Breath. Breath. Back to the beginning, go. Breath, ready, and go. Breath, up to G, go. Breath, second line, go. Ready, go. Rest. 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 All right, trumpets. That is how you play song number 58, Hard Rock Blues. If you have any questions, trumpets, please leave them in the comments or send me a message. Bye.